Hello everyone, it's me, Coffee Stitcher, back at my normal time. First I want to say a thank you to everyone who donated and for all the lovely comments left on my last little brief video for the GoFundMe. It definitely was very much appreciated. I can't tell you how much it meant to my mother-in-law and to my husband's family. We had the memorial yesterday. It was a difficult day. So again, like I said in my last video, hug your loved ones. You don't know when it'll be the last time. So, moving along from that, as you can tell, I am currently a little under the weather. My sinuses decided to start draining on Thursday, and this is where we're at today. But at least we figured out that's what it was, because that made it much easier to treat, because I had, like, weird random individual symptoms, and then finally it turned into actual drainage. So, I was like, okay, I can hit this now. So, that being said, we will move right on into the video. I apologize if I sneeze or anything in the middle of it. I can't really help it right now. So, we've got, I don't think we have a lot in the way of Q&A. I'll double check as we go back to that. Not a lot in the way of haul, but I do have a small scotch of haul to show you. And then I've got two finishes. Actually, one's an FFO, but two finishes. And a new whip rotation, which also means that there's going to be a small mini whip parade. So, without further ado, let's hop right on in to the video, or the Q&A. Let's see, South Florida Deb asks, am I stitching Seaside Kingdom with 1 or 2 threads? And the answer is 2. It's a 32 count, 2 over 2. I mostly do 2 over 2 when it's 32 count or below. If it's 35 or 36, or the rare occasion I do 40, then I do 1. Tisha Sams asks, does linen dye darker than even weave, or does even weave dye darker than linen? I want to purchase a hand-dyed fabric for my Monopoly board pattern, and I don't want to get the wrong type of fabric. Well, my first suggestion would actually be to contact the dyer you're looking at and verify with them, because while generally linen does take dye stronger than even weave does, even weaves are all a little different, and every once in a while, colors will also be a little different. So I would suggest talking to them and tell them, hey, I'm looking for sort of this color on this, what would you recommend to get this color? And they're going to be actually your best tool. But generally speaking, linen dyes darker, and 32 count dyes darker than most of the other linens. I think that was it for the Q&A. Maybe not. Yes, that was it. Okay. Yes. So that's all the Q&A for the week. I'm wearing my Hello Dolly shirt. It's a little lumpy, but it rings. Alright, so the haul this week, I ordered the August Fabric of the Month from Ship's Manor, and it came in a little lighter than I thought it was going to. This is on 32 count Joblin, but I'm going to use it for Fairy Moon, this direction. So it'll still work. I'm going to need to do some of the beads a little darker, but she herself is going to look just fine on it, and the moon will look good on it, so I will have to adapt the beads a little bit, but that's okay, because it's gorgeous. And then Eric sent, as always, some thread for me. the 2 August thread of the months, which, hold it up against that. There you go. Nice little variegated blue and purple, and sort of a nice yellowy orange mixture. All right. So that was this week's haul. Not a lot of haul, not a lot of Q&A. Next week is the monthly Stitch In at Stitch Niche. I believe I'll be going for just a little bit because we'll be celebrating my mother's birthday that afternoon. So I'm gonna go, but it may not be for very long. Or at least I'm gonna try to go. It'll kind of depend on what time my mother wants to do her thing. So it's also my late week this week at work, so I may not get as much accomplished as I ordinarily would, but we'll see. Okay, so we'll do the finishes first. So we've got a very badly framed All Is Well. It's for my mother's birthday. It's just a general frame from IKEA. But there it is, all finished. With the buttons that were impossible to find. So, it turned out real cute. I'm really pleased with it. It's All Is Well by Shepherd's Bush. And I used a mixture of the called for and some substitutes from my own stash where I didn't have, because there were a couple of colors where I only needed like 5 stitches, so I was like, I'm not buying a whole new skein of floss for 5 stitches. So, there it is. So, very pleased with how it turned out. Alright, so the other finish, which if you follow me on Instagram or are on Facebook anywhere, you saw, but we finished Seaside Kingdom this week. I did not do the ribbon at the top because I didn't have any white ribbon and it seemed unnecessary. So here it is at a distance. I'll do it a little close up so you can see. It took... I started beading when we got home on Monday. And I finished beading it on Wednesday. I will say to those of you who are out there stitching it, I actually found that the cream color that you use for the sand, I actually needed 2 of that, and I only needed 1 of the gold. I don't know if that's a misprint that happened in the reprint, because it's not on the website. But yeah, I definitely discovered that, and I bought their embellishment pack, so I had not quite enough. What I ended up doing, because I had enough to do all but 1 of the little sand waves. So, that wasn't too bad, because you really can't tell. So, but here it is. So, it was a lot of fun. I had an absolute blast working on it. And now it's done. It will eventually be framed, but it's going to be a while because I don't got that kind of money right now. Mama gotta buy a new pair of shoes. Not really, but you know what I mean. Okay, so, in light of several people doing the arbitrary August, I kind of liked the idea, so I decided I would adapt it to fit my own needs a little better, because I can't just stitch on something for 1 day and then move on. That's just not something I can do. So, what I did was I took all my whips and I broke them down into 4 categories. A, B, C, and D. A was 75% or more done, B was more than 50%, C was more than 25%, and D was for less than 25%. I had nothing in the category of A. Nothing. I did not include Zodiac in that, by the way, since that's my monthly one, so Zodiac was pulled out on its own. I had 3 that were B designs, so those stayed in the rotation. Then I used a random number generator to pick 3 from the C's and 3 from the D's. So that was sort of how I did my process there, and then I'm using the random number generator to pick which one I work on next. So, and what I did for this one, since we're halfway through August, is these are like a combination August-September goal. So, Zodiac is going to be obviously Leo and Virgo, and then because I've got to do Leo from last month, Virgo from this month, and I forget what the next one is after Virgo. So my goal, though, this month is to get Leo and Virgo done. All right. So then, let's see. We've got, and the one that the generator picked was Once Upon a Time, the Frosted Pumpkin. I'm going to change the gold because you really can't see it, but my goal is to finish the top part of the border here and then the label here. So that's going to be the goal for the first time, or for right now, and then Snow White will be the eventual goal in September. So sometime between now and September, my goal is to finish the border corner and Snow White. Zodiac, y'all all know what that looks like. Oh, and because I know some people are curious, I am using Heaven's Fury from Under the Sea Fabrics. Alright, Woodland Fairy by Mirabilia. My goal on this one, because I'm working on the dress, and I'm not really sure how long the dress will take. So here's the full thing. So I just set 3 to 4 days work on it. So there it is. That's where I'm at. So 3 to 4 days work going down on the dress. Because I've got that part done. So that's the goal there. And I'm doing the dress conversion. We've got Red's Treehouse by Ink Circles. So my goal is going to be 2 colors. I don't know which 2 colors, but 2 colors is my goal. So that's where I'm at, or that's the full design, and here's where I'm at on it. So, and I've got, let's see, how many colors left? This poor pattern has been so abused because of the trip. Let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 7 colors left, it looks like. So my goal is gonna be 2 colors. Maybe 3 because there's 1 color that I barely need anything of. So I may alter that. Okay. These are in no particular order. My stocking that I'm working on, it's a shepherd's bush. So here's the full design. So my goal is going to be to finish the Santa, because I've got his pants and his suit. Or his pants and his feet to do still. Or not all of his feet, even at that. So I've just got his pants left to do, basically. Just the black part. So, and then I may go ahead and do the zigzag under him. So, but here's where I'm at overall on it. So Santa's almost done. So, and I'm doing basically the called for colors. My LNS was out when I bought the stuff and started him. Was out of 2 of the colors of weeks, so I used the DMC substitution for it. Alright. Then we've got the Jardine Privé Alice in Wonderland, the Snow Globe. So my goal is going to be the Cheshire Cat and the flowers around her. This is on Chloris from Under the Sea Fabrics. So here's where she is. So I've just got her done. I don't normally do these super multicolor ones like that for fabric, but I really liked this fabric, and I liked the idea of doing this on it. And I'm still hoping that Jardine Privé will do a Wizard of Oz snow globe. If anyone knows her. Longfellow's Round Tower is, of course, still in the mix. It was one of my few B projects. So, and the plan there is going to be the page finish. So here's where it is overall. It's just a little bit of words that I've got left. So it's going to be a page finish is the goal. Because there's always a chance that, since, like I said, we're towards the end of August already, that I may not get to it this month. So this is a combination of 2 months goals. So there's the full design. So it's like that section there in between my fingers. So, and then we're getting close on this one. My goal is to try and finish it this year. Some of these are also projects that y'all haven't seen in a while, too. The Clouds Factory Disney, my goal is to, at the very least, finish Sleeping Beauty, get most of Sleeping Beauty done. So I've got to do Aurora, the Prince, and Diablo. They go next to the fairies. And then all that'll be left is Maleficent the Dragon, her castle, and border. So, and then what I'm going to kind of do with this, it's a little cheating on the rotation, is after I finish one section of Disney, then Harry Potter comes out. And I'll finish whatever I decide is a section of Harry Potter. And then we'll kind of do it that way. So, and I'm doing this on Fairy Whispers from the no longer around Die Stitch Love. Which makes me very sad because I really, really loved her. Not that she's dead, she's just no longer in business. Alright, then, an oldie but a goodie. Whoop. Paradise Lost. So, what I've decided I'm going to try and do on this one, this is the, oh, I've got it backwards. This is a Plum Street. It's one of my older whips. What I'm going to do is, my goal is to finish out the leaves, because there's not much left on those. I'm going to carry the blue banner over to the letter W, and then I'm going to work on the gray part of the cloud outline. And basically how I'm going to run that one is I will do a length of blue, and then I'll do a length of something else. And then I'll do a length of blue, and then a length of something else. So that hopefully I will get that accomplished, because the banner is really the beast on this one. Because the cloud, there's not a lot left to it from this point. And probably what I'll also have to do, because the cloud's got some fill of cream on tan. Here's the full design. I'm probably going to do the same thing there when it comes time to fill in the cloud. So there's the full design. So, because I do really love this one, and I would like to eventually get it finished. Keyword eventually. Okay. And then last but not least, one that I started and haven't touched really since the day I started it. Thorn Castle. So that's what little bit I got done on it. This is on Butterscotch Cookies from in 28 Count Lugana from Hand Dyed by Stephanie. I got it from Stitchy Box, I think last year. But for those curious, here is the actual design. It came from the 2017 Halloween catalog. It was like one of the only ones I really liked in this one. So, I didn't like any of this year's. Go figure. Probably because a lot of them were like, let's use black fabric! And I'm like, I can't see black fabric! So. Alright, so that is my new whip rotation. So we'll see what the random number generator brings us next week. So, anyhow, I hope everyone's doing well. I will, definitely be here next week. I will not be here the week of Labor Day. So don't be surprised if you don't see me that week. But I will see you all next week. So, have a great week, and I will see you soon.